Ooh, I love this one. 4 steps to becoming more present. Today, we're talking about mastering the art of being present in 4 steps. My name's Ife. This is Are You Happy TV? It's about humanizing mental health, man. It's about getting our minds around what it even means to be a human. Mental health is human health. And I think if we don't really see it like that, sometimes we can think that it's about all these like chemicals working together. And I just think that that's a way of overcomplicating what it's like to be a human being. There is nothing wrong with you. If you're going through depression, if you're going through anxiety, these are challenges that actually point to you being human. Believe it or not. So these are things that don't make you broken as a human. It's just a sign that you're a human. And I think that as it relates to mental health, we can work a muscle of mental wellness, and we can be in line with developing skills that will accomplish a sense of healing, wholeness, well-being in our lives through our mental health. So if you're interested in being a part of that journey, click the subscribe button. I love making videos like this. We're helping people to get their mind around how they can heal and be whole through any challenges that they may face in their mental health. All right, let's get started. Number 1, mastering the art of being present is increase your awareness. Increasing our awareness. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone? This is the best place to actually start practicing that skill of being present, is in a conversation with another person. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone and they're telling you how their grandma's in the hospital and we don't know how much longer she has to live, and we just have to kind of like work things out together, and man, I can't go through this again. And your mind is on something else. You are just not there. Your mind is on, oh, I can't believe my boss talked to me like that yesterday. Your mind is on, God, I have a deadline and I haven't finished my work yet. Your mind is on 10 different things, and you are not present with your friend at all. Come on, man. Let's learn about being present. Have you ever been in a position where you were walking down the street? Maybe you were with your friend, maybe you were by yourself, maybe you were walking to the park, and there's foliage around you, the leaves are turning color, and all you can think about is, man, I'm an idiot. I can't believe I said that thing to Stacy the other day. What was I thinking? Now your emotions are in this space where you're feeling such regret. You feel this like knot in the pit of your stomach starting to form. You are not being present at all. So let's understand something. There is an art to being happy, and there is an art to being content. And it involves our ability to be present. First things first, increasing your awareness means asking yourself 3 questions. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I doing? So, what am I thinking? If you're in the moment, what am I thinking? Are you thinking about what's happening presently, or are you thinking about something else? What am I feeling? Am I present in this situation, in this environment right now? Or am I feeling something that is unrelated completely to what's happening around me? If I am simply walking through a field, am I feeling angry? Now, that anger, unless it's related, is unrelated to the environment that's around you. What am I doing? If someone is talking to me, am I on my phone? Am I writing emails? Am I writing down something that I don't want to forget? I am not being present. Step number 2, mastering the fine art of being present, is choose to procrastinate thinking on other things for the moment. I like to call this using procrastination to your benefit. So often we think about procrastination as something that's negative because typically we do use it in a way that's detrimental to our well-being. We tend to procrastinate things that we actually want to do. We tend to procrastinate things that would be good for us and beneficial for us to do. But what if I told you that you could use procrastination to procrastinate things you don't want to be doing? You ever thought about that? This was years and years ago, but I used to smoke cigarettes. And when I was trying to quit smoking, I used procrastination as a way to quit smoking cigarettes. How did you do that? Well, I'll tell you. Whenever I had the urge to stop smoking cigarettes, I'd say to myself, I'll do it later. Whenever I thought about having a cigarette later, I'd say to myself, I'll do it later. And later would come and later would go because I kept on putting it off. I kept on procrastinating that cigarette. And hours would go by and I wouldn't have a cigarette. Or maybe I'd only have one cigarette in a day. But I even did it overnight. I'd be in bed, urged to have a cigarette. I'll do it tomorrow. We use those phrases to procrastinate things we really want to do, like our laundry and cleaning our room. But how often do we use procrastination to put off something that we find could be actually detrimental to us? I challenge you, try using procrastination next time. And eventually, how that story ended? I quit smoking cigarettes. I eventually stopped smoking altogether. So think about that. Next time you're trying to stop smoking cigarettes, next time you're trying to, put off something that's detrimental, think about that. I'll do it later. So now with those thoughts that are taking us out of being present, what we want to do is choose to procrastinate thinking about the things that are coming up. Let's go back to that conversation I'm having with my friend whose grandma's in the hospital. They're telling me how worried they are. I'm starting to think on the time my grandma was in the hospital. Now, to be honest, sometimes we start to think about things and it can be related because it can help us to be there with that person in our emotions, right? But say they're talking to me, my grandma's in the hospital, I start thinking about, oh God, did I leave the stove on? Oh Lord, am I okay with my other friend? Does my other friend think that I'm a good friend? Oh man, I shouldn't have said those things. Why did I do that? I'm thinking about something and it's distracting me from the present moment. So are you thinking about something that's distracting you from the present moment? Choose to procrastinate it. Now, how about what I'm feeling? If my friend's talking to me and I'm just like, oh, I'm so angry. My husband keeps leaving his socks on the floor. Why doesn't he pick up after himself? What am I feeling? I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling guarded. I'm feeling angry, irritated. And that irritation is linked to something I'm thinking. Is that thing that I'm thinking distracting me from this moment right now? Am I being distracted from my friend who's pouring her heart out to me? If the answer is yes, procrastinate it. So the idea of procrastinating something to your benefit, using procrastination to your benefit, is that if we're working the skill of being present, anything that distracts us from being present, worry, fear, anger, irritation, that has nothing to do with the present moment, we want to procrastinate worrying about it. procrastinate thinking about it. Now, as it relates to what am I doing? Now, what am I doing? Is my friend telling me about her grandma being in the hospital and I'm on my phone? Am I on my phone right now? And is it distracting me from the present moment? Because truly, when we think about it, is this really something I have to do right now? Do I have to do this right now? If you have to do it right now, there's something that's going on, your kid's nanny is texting you, there's an emergency, you gotta take that. But really, do I really have to be scrolling Instagram right now? Do I really have to be responding to that email right now? When I could have done it 3 hours ago, the whole 3 hours my friend wasn't talking to me, I could have done it. And she's gonna stop talking to me in 20 minutes, I could do it then. So what am I doing? Is what I'm doing distracting me from the present moment? Because if it is, procrastinate it. Procrastinate thinking about it. Procrastinate worrying about it. Procrastinate being angry about it. Think about it when this moment passes. Now, third step is focus intently on what is happening before you. Focus on the words that the person is speaking. Focus on the way that they're communicating. If you're having a hard time focusing on what they're saying, then focus on something like the way that their voice sounds to you. Focus on something that allows you to stay present. Focus on something visually, it could be, but focus intently on what is happening before you. And then the fourth step is find enjoyment in it. When we find enjoyment in it, we can go along with the story that's being shared. If someone is saying something about their day, find enjoyment in the story they're sharing with you. If someone is talking about something and maybe you're not finding so much enjoyment in what they're sharing with you, using your 5 senses, if you want to talk about the 5 senses for daily wellness, here's the video. Using your 5 senses, let's talk about how you can think about what their voice sounds like to you. Is their voice very gravelly? Do you enjoy the sound of their voice? Think about the cadence in their tone. Are they speaking in a way that's very animated? Think about the sight of how they're expressing their story. Maybe they're very animated. Maybe they're kind of to themselves like this. Find something to enjoy. And in that practice, we can start mastering the fine art of being present. So, what did you think about that? Leave a comment down below. What makes it hard for you to be present? Tell me. And let's have a conversation more about it. Stay tuned to the next video. Bye.